Gilbert fighting the disappointment of being broken in that long 7th game. Connors now serving for 5-3 in the 3rd.
That ball wide. Jimmy's going to have another look here.
Outside the line. He put it outside the line. The ball's inside the line.
Rudy Berger. There is the linesman in question. That is the side linesman.
Give Connors credit. He said the ball was inside the line. He didn't say it was on the line. He said it was inside the line.
Right. Also, Ted, that gave Jimmy just a few extra seconds there as he came up and leaned on that net to catch a breath or two. Very clever. He's on it.
Game Connors. Connors leads by 5-3, 3rd set.
This is why Jimmy Connors is such a great player. Good approach here. Watch the movement. Lunges for the ball. Now watch, he stops right there. Doesn't even get to the center service line.
Thank you.
Because he knows the ball's going up the line.
Oh! 15 love.
First point on Gilbert's serve, and Connors will change rackets.
Broke a string. You could see it right up at the top there. It popped. Jimmy has gone to the mid-size racket finally after years and years with that old T2000 that he used for at least 15 years. But he seems to have adjusted to this new racket. He does a very interesting thing, Ted, on the racket handle. He will pour water all over the handle, which people, you know, I'd be petrified to do that, but he pours the water on, then he towels it off, and what happens is it keeps that grip very tacky. It works for him, but the first time I saw him do that, I about fainted. I couldn't believe it, because you're always trying to keep moisture off the racket handle. Ball hit the top of the net. It carried wide. It was pretty obvious that ball was going to go wide. Jimmy thought for a moment that perhaps it dropped inside. Gilbert takes a big chance on that forehand approach. Right up the line. The net 6 inches higher at that point.
(30-15). Gilbert serving to stay alive in the set, but he's down a break.
Oh, yes. Jimmy lunging for that two-handed return. Not only gets to the ball, but knocks off a clean winner. Gilbert was totally surprised by that shot. Patty and Doug Henderson, and on the far left of your picture, that is Ivan Blumberg, who really looks after a lot of off-court activities.
40-30.
Again, once that ball hits the top of the net, it is long gone. Not too many easy lets. Clean winner.
Big winner by Gilbert. Connors serves the set when we return after these words from your local
Connors
cable
leads
system.
by 5 games to 4.
Serving for the third set, and Brad Gilbert just given a time violation warning by umpire Rudy Berger.
Gilbert now pointing over to some more people. At the changeover, Todd Snyder came out, chatted with Jimmy regarding his foot. He is always close at hand, and we have seen a lot of Todd Snyder and Jimmy Connors' right foot over the last few days.
Great point there by Connors.
Flicks one off behind his back.
It's amazing, Barry, is that at 35, Connors can still move as he can change his mind about the type of shot he wants to hit while a ball was in the air.
It's amazing. He's got great flexibility. And on that one that he ran around there, Ted, he could have lobbed that ball, but he had a feeling Gilbert was not closing that fast, went ahead and hit it. Nope.
30-15.
He's still breathing a little heavy right now. That first point took a lot out of him. Gilbert with some tendonitis underneath that right knee, wraps it very similar to the way Martina had her left one wrapped earlier today.
Flexing that in some pain. 30-15. The Gilbert supporters trying to urge him on 2.5 hours into the match.
Just have a feeling Gilbert, if he gets a short serve, might try and come in behind it here. Wasn't short enough.
30-14.
Brad, good deep forehand, catches Connors.
Well, here's a change. Connors was at 30 love, 2 points from the set. Now it's a break point for Gilbert for 5-all.
The serve set it all up. Wide swinging left-handed serve got Brad so far out of court. He barely got the ball back, in a wide open court for Connors to hit into. Good power
Gilbert.
off the return. Jimmy stretches out. Now this shot right here sets it up. He really rips over it. Jimmy barely gets his racket on it. A wide open shot. Connors moving to his left. Left a lot of room up the line. You have to make a move one way or the other when you've got a sitter like that. Either fake the guy out, just decide which way you're going to go, and then go for it.
Hughes.
2 break points that Connors has saved with good serves. Connors had been cruising through the middle part of this match on his serve, but has run into a trouble here serving for the set.
Shot again.
Advantage Gilbert.
Jimmy did not do enough with that two-handed volley. Gave Brad just that split second of time. And that is one of his favorite shots. He wins a lot of points with that cross-court forehand, short, good angle on that ball. Connors just watched it go by. Just long.
Hughes.
Very slow call. That's what Gilbert was upset about.
It was a well-timed lob. Let's watch it here. Jimmy follows the ball back. Ooh, looks like it almost hit right on the line. Connors looks over right there at the baselinesman.
5, please.
The call was definitely delayed.
It was slow. That was what Connors wasn't sure whether to try and take a whack at the ball. But that's the 3rd break point that Connors has saved.
He's on it. Jimmy makes no mistake about this volley. That's a good approach shot, deep. Now watch the ball start to float. Connors moves right in, almost reaches over the net to hit that ball for a winner.
From 3 break points for Gilbert, we now get to a set point, the first for Connors.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Ball good.
Game and touch.
Oh.
6-4.
The ball called good.
4th set. Gilbert to serve.
I don't believe that Gilbert did not go for that shot. Big mistake there for Brad Gilbert, regardless of where the ball hit. Cannot believe Gilbert on set point did not at least get the ball back in play. It was not a tough shot.
Quiet, please.
Watch it one more time. He just floats the ball. Brad on his way now. Watch Gilbert here. He's ready to hit the ball. Stops right there. Does not swing at the ball. That is set point for Connors to go up 2 sets to 1, and Connors is up 2 sets to 1.
Gilbert to serve. It's impossible for us to tell off replays, but again, there were two calls there that were slow, both at Gilbert's end of the court. But you're absolutely right, Barry. You've got to play the point.
Oh, especially on a point like that. I mean, that's the biggest point of the afternoon for both players.
Gilbert's mad that Rudy Berger does not turn the microphone on.
Let's listen.
These people are yelling, and you don't use your microphone. I can't hear myself think out here.
I always say quiet, please.
Yeah, but you say quiet, please, so softly.
If you play, that's it. Let's play.
People are yelling behind me.
I can't only try my best. I say it all the time.
People are using flash. I asked you umpteen times.
I say it all the time.
Just get it together.
As a courtesy to the players, quiet, please.
There is Ken Farrar on the left, Gail Bradshaw, the taller gentleman, on the right. The official referee, Bradshaw. Ken Farrar, the Men's International Professional Tennis Council supervisor.
Oh. 15 love.
Connor's having some fun now, up 2-1. He's a little more relaxed.
Jeez. I imagine that Gilbert enjoys that an awful lot.
I wouldn't think so.
Ah!
I like the terminology, Barry, that they used the other day during the Monlikova match when Hannah had her problems. They called back to the supervisor's office and said the match was becoming slightly fragile.
That's great. In England, they'd say a bit dicey out here on court 16. Now, this is a very crucial game for Gilbert. He's down 2-1, obviously upset. Things not going well at all. And if he loses his serve here, first game of the fourth set, Connors could run this thing out in a big hurry. Gilbert needs this game badly.
And now 2 break points for Connors. 7th double fault by Gilbert, but the last thing he can afford here is to be broken to start the fourth set. That's exactly what happened off unforced errors.
First game,
so Connors leads 2-1 and is up a break in the fourth set. Obviously, discharge all of the day session folks and then readmit the evening session.
I want to be here when they make the announcement that says, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the afternoon session. 20,000 people are going to roar. They want to stick around for the Lendl match. I want to see how they get these folks out of these seats. That could be very interesting.
But regardless of when the match starts, we will be here. We're not leaving. We'll show you the conclusion of this match and the Lendl-McEnroe match which follows. Connors up a break here in the fourth set.
Love 15.
For viewers who are tuning in to USA to see Double Trouble on the East Coast and Dance Party USA on the West Coast, you won't see those programs. We regret that, but we welcome you instead happily to USA Sports extended coverage of the US Open.
Love 13.
Gilbert soaking himself in that cold towel during the changeover, hoping that he literally could cool off.
Ooh, Jimmy
Love
takes
40.
a whack and immediately gets down love 40. You hate to do that when you've got a great roll going like he did have going over Gilbert there. 5 double faults for Connors.
Oh!
15-40.
Still 2 break points for Gilbert. I'm sure Connors was hopeful after that early break he could close this out fast.
Absolutely. You just hate to get broken back when you got a break to close out the match. All he's going to do is hold serve.
Oh!
13-14.
And Gilbert has only 1 chance left. Oh boy.
The lights are on now here at the stadium court. Starting to get dark. So probably another hour, hour and a half of good light. Oh, and Gilbert.
Well, that's 3 racket smashes that have gone unpenalized for
Exactly. Rudy Berger had a real close look there at Gilbert when he fired that racket down the last time. I thought he was going to hit him with a penalty.
Well, if he didn't get him after the end of the 3rd set, he never will.
Advantage, Gilbert.
Amazing, because that forehand that Gilbert hit right there was the toughest forehand he's had in the whole game. And yet the one that he missed on break point was a real sitter. Now there you go. Maybe that's the difference right there. Keep those brains tucked in there a little tighter.
This is his 4th break point of the game.
Ooh.
Big first serve. That's how Connors has bailed himself out of the tough jams in this match.
Jimmy has served well when it counted. Watch this replay here.
Advantage, Connors.
Gilbert has a huge opportunity. The ball hits the top of the net, bounces way up. Gilbert sees it, comes in. Watch Connors now. Just sticks his racket out. The ball hits right in the middle of the strings. Connors, reflex. Got a little lucky, Brad.
The difference there is from a Gilbert break point to a Connors ad.
Oh, it's out.
Connors. New balls, change ball.
Well, now you really talk to yourself, dear Gilbert. 4 break points in the game, yet Connors still holds.
Gilbert's going to remember that one shot he had when he nailed the ball right onto the strings of Connors' racket.
The headband quickly dispatched.
That didn't work too well. Let's get rid of that.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Love 15.
Gilbert now really needs to get together quickly because, as I mentioned earlier, Connors likes to get on a roll in this situation, and if he would go up 3-love, this thing could end in a hurry.
15 all. Oh! 30-15.
Jimmy checking the tension on those strings. That is young Brett Connors.
30 all.
Jimmy didn't look like he was having too much fun out here earlier. He seems to be somewhat enjoying it now.
Oh! God, that's a hole.
Please. Second serve, 30 all.
Gilbert talking himself out of the match at this point. Really needs to concentrate.
Really testing the limits of the 30-second clock there.
There is no on-court 30-second clock that we can see. The umpire is totally responsible for that. No call. Connors says obviously out, but doesn't argue too much. Walks over to the deuce court. Maybe Berger's having a busy afternoon up in that chair.
Connors.
Another break point for Connors. Gilbert has won, I would guess, very few points on second serves. His second serve, just letting Connors hit great returns.
He's out again.
And Connors breaks, and now Jimmy Connors firmly in control of 2-1 and 3-love. We're back after these words from your local systems. In the fourth set, heading for a semi-final berth where he would meet the winner of the Lendl-McEnroe match.
Please.
Connors has not had a bad year, Ted. 3 finals, lost to Edberg in Memphis, Van Rensburg in Orlando, and Boris Becker at Queens.
Please.
Reached the quarters at the French, semifinals at Wimbledon before losing to Cash. Most players would be pretty happy with that kind of a year, but I'm sure Jimmy Connors would like to add one more big title. This one right here. to 1987. He's getting closer.
Love 15.
See what happened with Jimmy Connors during the last changeover. There's ATP trainer Todd Snyder again at work. That was probably a little bit of that freeze him.
Yeah.
Baseball players use to deaden the nerves in the area of pain.
15.
You see Connors jump when he hit him with the bottom of the little pain there. But he seemed to have had less trouble with the foot and the shoe during this match than he's had almost on any other match. Maybe it's shaping up a little bit.
Thirty, 15.
Oh.
30 all.
Connors is in the semifinals here 12 straight years until losing last year early. And we sometimes place so much emphasis on winning that you lose track of the streaks like that, like Everett's 16 years in a row in the semis, which is an amazing accomplishment.
Yes, Gilbert had just started to make his move to the backhand side,
40,
and Connors saw him
30.
go. Put a little more oomph into that ball up the line, and Brad knew the minute that he started to the other side, he was in big trouble. Clean winner for Connors. It's wide.
Connors.
That's 4-love. So Barry, John
Connors leads by
McEnroe
4 games to love.
made some interesting comments during this Open about Connors. He said, Connors loves tennis more than I do. He said Connors has accepted the fact that he can still play good tennis, but that he'll never win. He won't be #1 anymore. He's accepted that. McEnroe said, I admire him because I don't know that I can ever accept that.
But the point is, Ted, that even though he has accepted that, he still loves to play tournaments, loves to win matches. He may not win tournaments, but he's still out there playing. Gilbert in this 4th set, between getting upset on that one bad play at the end of the 3rd set and then overplaying balls, he is absolutely playing himself right out of the match.
And it's funny, Barry, because this puts him at the opposite end because he watched Becker do this the other night.
Exactly.
In the 5th set.
In that 5th set against Gilbert, Becker just virtually collapsed. Kiss that point goodbye.
Love 30.
This is a great feeling when you're 4 games up and your opponent seemingly can't get a ball near the court. You're saying to yourself, you know, I think I can get out of this one in the 4th set maybe real quickly.
15-30.
A little more relaxed crew over there at this point than they were at the end of that 1st set when Jimmy was down 1 set to love. Ooh.
30 all.
Mrs. Gilbert has not budged since this match started from that seat.
That's for emphasis.
40.
You can feel those kind right up the handle into your wrists and your elbows, and it feels real good. You know when you've nailed one right in the center of that racket.
Now a break point here that would allow Connors to serve for the match. And there it is. Connors breaks again, and when we return, Jimmy Connors will serve for the match after these words from your local cable systems.
First service.
First quarterfinal appearance ever for Brad Gilbert in a Grand Slam event. And he fared very well for the first 3 sets, but now is staring the end of it. And now match point for Jimmy Connors. One more match point for Connors. Double faulting on his second match point. So we're at deuce. Gilbert hit a great shot that was right on the line, and now has a break point. Just slicing that backhand, it was right on the line. So saving 2 match points, Gilbert now has a break point. I would think it'd be difficult to spend 3 hours walking around telling yourself how bad you are. That's what Gilbert seems to do out there. He's actually held himself very well here. Winning the first set, fighting hard in the second and third.
Advantage Connors.
And now a third match point for Connors. No one is cheering harder than the people that are waiting outside to get in. All the ticket holders for the night session. Featuring Lendl and McEnroe.
Game's in.
There it is. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Jimmy Connors at 35 makes the semis at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open in the same year. 4-set winner over Brad Gilbert. We'll be back to talk to Jimmy Connors when we return live to USA's coverage of the U.S. Open right after this.
Well, I mean, it got me through today. That's good enough. But I think that if I can get through and play another match, if I can do that, or another 2 matches, and then take a couple days off, I can use a couple days off to rest the foot. But I mean, there's nothing going to keep me from coming out and playing on Saturday. That's for sure.
All right, Jimmy. Either Lendl or McEnroe, they're going to play tonight. Any thoughts about that match tonight?
Well, from the reports, I guess Mac is very intense and very eager to play against Lendl, and if he comes out and he's hyped up and the crowd gets behind him, I think it's going to be a heck of a match. But you know, Lendl's been playing well. There's no doubt about it. He's played well all summer, and you know, his form is always at the top. So I look forward for a good match.
18 years ago when you played your first Open, Jimmy, you think you'll be standing here tonight in the semifinals?
I don't know what's that mean. I'm nuts, Barry. I don't know, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm happy to be through to where I am.
Thanks for stopping, Jimmy.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, Ted, back up to you.
All right, Barry, thank you. Jimmy Connors, and you heard it there. He had quite a struggle in the first couple of sets. I think Brad Gilbert really threw him off pace, especially in that first set, but Connors rallied strong and did not have his serve broken after the early parts of the first set. He did not have his serve broken. That was the biggest thing. Leading 3